Hello everyone, welcome back, and let's get started with today's haul. And you're probably thinking to yourself, what is so special about strawberries? Well, they put it at the very front of the store when I first came in, and if I could smell it through the layers of mask that I have on, I was thinking, these are pretty good strawberries. First one that I picked up actually had no furry friends on the bottom of it. Like, you know how you're always like trying to pick the best fruit, and so you're like, digging through those boxes and then looking at each one, flipping them over, and then sometimes there's a little smush berry on the bottom, or sometimes, like I said earlier, there's those furry friends. So this was completely perfect from the very first two that I picked out. And then I also picked this up, which are the organic blueberries. So there's a lot of different ones. This just happened to be, again, at the very front of the store. So normally it's at the back of the store, but I guess they were really trying to market all these products. And I figured I must be a really good team player because the very first two items they put out, I picked up, and the third one rolled around, which happened to be these cherries. And I was like, what? So sweet? Nature's candy? Okay, fine, you're gonna go in the cart as well. And now that I have all of these fruits, what do? I try to convince my mom to make a cheesecake. And I can never decide which topping I want, so I just put both, but I separate them. So I have blueberry filling, and then as you can see on the cherry filling, there's different types of cherries in there, but as you can see, the yellowish looking one, that's the Rainier cherry that I just picked up. It's really funny. Growing up, I used to say that cheesecake was my favorite dessert until people started buying me cheesecake from other places. And then I realized, no, only my mom's cheesecake is my favorite dessert because not all cheesecakes taste the same, you guys. So Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz had the yellow brick road to follow. I followed the scent of fruit all the way down the aisle, and so I was literally picking everything up. Okay, maybe everything's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I literally followed all of the fruits until I ended up right here where they had the Medjool Dates. And I wanted to pick this up because I had a recipe in mind, but I didn't have any macadamia nuts, and I don't think Costco sold any because I was looking around and I didn't find any. So this will be saved for later. It's okay because I just had dessert, right? Then I saw that they had these Fuji Apples with all the Disney characters, and I was thinking to myself, I know I am not going to Disneyland this year, and it's not because of the Oogies. It's because it is super hot outside. Oh my goodness, this heat is really, really crazy. And whoever is in charge of marketing at my Costco is a genius because what I saw next was an electric fan. And I picked up not one, but two because I think this summer is going to be super, super, super hot, like I said earlier. And I did not want to be without a fan because sometimes not even the air conditioner can keep up with the heat, right? So I bought two of these. I did purchase the Commander Bionaire fans from Costco a few years ago as well, but those started to slow down, so I really needed to replace it. One thing I will say is that for the Lasco one, the pedestal and the stand seem to separate every time I try to move the fan, and so I just put a little bit of tape on there, and then I realized that does not look cute at all. No. And, being a crafter, I'm like, well, I can't leave it like that, right? So I took some Cricut vinyl and some washi tape, which is crazy because don't they match so very well? I bought both of these products in like different years, and they're not even from the same company. So I was like, this is perfect. So I was able to hide all of that thick tape that you saw earlier. And then kind of going back to my previous model of fans that I bought from Costco, it was really nice because it actually had like a little screw on the bottom so that the base and the stand didn't separate every time you moved it. And so I had to take that apart, and I salvaged it for all the pieces. And then I was left with this, and I was like, ooh, I can kind of create something, right? And, when I put everything together, I was like, this is kind of like something that would be on Star Wars, not necessarily my cute little craft room. And so I had to make it cute and pretty, right? So I was thinking, I'm going to draw inspiration from like these two items, which is Minnie Mouse, maybe because of the apples, I don't know. So we have Minnie Mouse, and then we also have this character right here. And so now I have a really cute organizer. Even Minnie Mouse is taking a little break here to admire all of the similarities that they have. That I can put all of my twine and my crochet thread and things like that. But you know, if you're not really into like these type of character themes, you can just totally leave it plain as is, and it's still as functional. Like I can use it to store all of my scissors, pens, things that I use quite often, and that works just as well. But of course, you guys know my sense of humor, and I have to have something that has a little bit of character. It just matches my craft room decor a little bit better. And then, of course, after all that work, what do you want to do? You want to eat! And so I tried out these Kirkland Sirloin Burgers. I do know that they have the Angus version of it, which I have not tried yet. And I'm going to tell you right now that when I eat my burgers, I eat them very, very well done. So if it's looking kind of dry, it's not the product's fault. It's just the way I eat my burgers. And also, if you're eating a burger, you're probably going to need some cheese. And Kraft cheese is super expensive at my grocery store, like for a small 16 pack. And so when I saw this, I was like, I want to stock up, but I don't, I can't eat all this cheese. And so, as much as I don't like pulling my phone out nowadays in the store, I did. And of course, I asked my dad, can you freeze cheese? Huh? And then my dad said, ask your mom. And then I asked her. And then lo and behold, somewhere in the store, I heard, you can freeze cheese. And I was all like, wait, hold on, who said that? And this nice lady, she told me that she worked for the state. She was a food handler. And that sliced cheese can be frozen. So that's what I did. I took some freezer paper and then I wrapped it in saran wrap and then I put it in the freezer. And it works because I froze all four and then I took one out and then I just put it in the fridge, let it defrost on its own. And when it was thoroughly defrosted, just use it like any regular slice of cheese. Round of applause for that super nice lady who answered my question. As you can probably tell, I am trying to build a burger, so we're going to need some hamburger buns, which is also at Costco. And if you forgot the fries, no worries, you can pick up a bag of chips. And I tell you guys, this box is a really good box, too good of a box, because every time I try to look for some chips in here, I'm not pulling out one, I'm pulling out 2 or 3 because I can try all these different flavors. The sirloin burgers come in an 18 pack, so if you have leftovers, you can use that for the next day. And of course, like I told you on my last Costco haul, if I find a bag of rice, I'm buying it because it's limited to 1. So you can pair it and make a Salisbury steak, or if you're familiar with like the Hawaiian restaurants, they have like a dish called the Loco Moco and it's like full of gravy. You can definitely make that with these hamburger patties as well. I think next time though, I'm definitely going to season them first. I feel like, it didn't really have much flavor to it. But I think next time, instead of buying this, I'm going to replace it with a different Kirkland product, which I'll show you on an upcoming haul video. I don't really buy too much at Costco all at one time, only because Costco's like really close to where I live, and I don't feel like I need to really stock up on so much of the items. So I literally can just go there every day if I wanted to, or like once a week to like pick up eggs or something. What? If I'm going there every day, it's probably just to get my exercise, right? Because the store is so huge, like from the beginning of the store to the very back of the store, back down to where the registers are at. Yes, you're definitely going to get a workout when you go to Costco. Plus the cart that you're pushing, talk about cardio. Hey! And I also wanted to share a really quick hack with you guys. So if you're not picking up Costco boxes and you just kind of throw the garlic and the onion in the back of your trunk, sometimes you have all those little pieces that you have to pick up later. So what I normally do is I just grab one of those plastic bags in like the chicken meat type area, and then what you can do is place your bag of garlic or onions on the side that doesn't have all this writing on it. You want to put it on the clear side so that way they can just scan it without having to take it out of the bag. And if you miss the Costco food court and you're just not ready to wait in the line and buy food like that, you can definitely pick this up in the freezer section. These are the chicken bakes. It's stuffed with chicken breast strips with rib meat, mozzarella, provolone, and Parmesan cheese, smoky bacon, creamy Caesar dressing, and green onions in a hand-rolled crust. And it is not skimping on anything in here, you guys. So you are looking at like real whole like chicken breast meats in here. After eating all those burgers, if I am still hungry and I need a snack, well, I shouldn't say this is a snack because this is pretty hearty. Like, I would only eat half of this if it was a snack. Yeah. That's gonna do it for today's video. If you like my vibe, please don't forget to subscribe. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.